Tina?
Yes, when I was going to visit a school, I actually had a lot of knowledge of deaf people, so I would have expected better. And outside the front door of the school, they had one of those little boxes, little intercom things where you press a button and then a voice comes back from the receptionist to say, what are you doing? On a good day, that is. So I arrived and on a very busy street. There were buses and there were lorries going past. And I saw this, and I've got to the stage now and I know I might have a problem with these, and I feel a little bit sick when I see one. So I pressed the button and this kind of blah, 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 blah came out of it, and I thought, oh, I can't do that. So press the button, put my ear right next to it, blah, 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 getting crosser. And then I press it again, and then, blah, oh, it was getting really quite loud, but I couldn't differentiate any words at all. Anyway, I pressed again and again. So eventually the automatic doors opened and I went into the reception. Very cross lady there. What were you doing? Why will you keep on pressing that button? Why were you doing this? And I said, I'm sorry, but it's because I'm deaf. And she said, you should have known better to keep pressing that. I don't know why you did that. And she said, it's very aggressive to do that. She was aggressive. And I felt I wasn't at all aggressive because I'd just been trying to tell her that I couldn't hear. And then she stormed off and started doing the badges. This is also the case often when you go to places like offices. They often have this kind of intercom.
Oh, but why didn't you say anything? Could you take that up any further, or?
No, well, I think I should have really, and especially because I was going to speak to somebody in the school who was to do with deafness. But I didn't. I just crept in because I was a bit late by then. Crept in, sat down.
So did you end up feeling like you were the one in the wrong, even though?
Yes, I did. And I felt that they might say to me, well, you shouldn't have kept on pressing, you should have just waited. But I wouldn't mind these little boxes because I can see that for a lot of people they work. And if you just keep on pressing, you know, somebody eventually takes some notice. But I don't appreciate being shouted at when I've actually gone in and that was the only thing I could do. It often happens as well when you're going to hotels or car parks that have those kind of barriers and you're driving along in your car, you have to stop, put the window down and see one of these little boxes. Oh no. Premier Travel Inn and that kind of place have those boxes.
And if you have a problem, often you have to like ring them, don't you? If the machine doesn't work, or
absolutely,
you know, your ticket gets stuck.
All oral. So you have to press the button, and then there it goes again. Blah blah. I get out of the car, try and put my ear by it, try to get nearer to it, and then often in those occasions I've had to leave my car down there, go and walk round to find somebody that can open the barrier to let you in.
Rather than being able to use it. It's just things you take for granted.
There are things you take for
granted.
Like
on an aeroplane. I mean, do you ever manage to hear the tannoy?
No, and I mean, all transport is difficult like that because although people think they know and they will do the visuals, often the visuals lag behind the announcements. And so when you're kind of sitting there and everybody else gets up and starts walking away and you think, why is everybody doing that? And then you have to go and ask somebody and do it. On the tube as well, because I live in London, on the tube it makes a kind of a bleeping sound before the doors shut on the tube.
It does.
And I can't hear that bleeping sound at all because it's a high frequency bleeping sound. And the number of times I've been almost squashed by the doors, and people think it's quite funny, you know, kind of, oh, and
it's not funny.
It's not funny when you get squashed.
I mean, you have to laugh about it. I guess it's the only way to mentally deal with it. But when it's happening to you time and time again,
it is, and.